Yes, sir. PN appropriation segment we completed, sir. But you give only homework about partners capital and partners current account. That this two you
Okay.
given homework.
Okay. So for
I
question
didn't.
in the question 30, I gave you to prepare the current and the capital account of the partner, and you did not complete
Mm.
it since you are not sure how to prepare it. Okay. So no problem. Let me solve it for you. Halima, you completed this question number 30. Halima, you did this question, yes or no? Not responding anything, so I'm assuming that you also did not complete
So I cannot hear you, sir.
the question. You're not able to hear me. Hello, am I audible now? Halima, am I audible to you? Yes or no? Halima, Renos, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Okay. All right. So let's just prepare partners current and the capital account in the question number 30. So in the question 30, we will be preparing the partners current and the capital account. See, if I'm not wrong, this was the P&L appropriation that we made for this question. P&L appropriation on the credit side, the first item will be net profit, then interest on drawing. On the debit side, we have salary, commission, interest on capital, and then we made the reserve, general reserve, and the remaining amount has been transferred to the partner in their profit sharing ratio. We did all this in the last session. So I hope all this thing is already clear to all of you. So now I'm continuing with the partners current and the capital account. Okay, partners current and the capital.
Okay.
So we'll write down. First of all, I'll be making partners capital account. So partners capital account. How many partners are there? Oh, there are three partners.
Three
No, sir.
partners.
I'm sorry. Yes, sir. We won't be able to complete. Let me make it again. Particulars. Then so Kabir, Zoravar, and Parul. Kabir, Zora, and Parul. So this is the capital account. This is partners capital account. After that, we will make the partners current account. Current account. This is the partners current account. Is this clear? This is obviously the particulars. Kabir, Zoravar, Parul, Then again, particulars, Kabir, Zoravar, and Bhan. Okay, everyone. So this is how we will be preparing the capital and the current account. So the first thing that we will be required to write down in the capital account is the capital balances of the partner. So capital balance of the partner was already given in the question, 5,20,000, 3,20,000, and Parul's was 2 lakh. So 520, 320, and 2 lakh. 520, 3,20,000, and 2 lakh. These are the opening balances of the partner's capital account. So we will write down by balance BD. This is the opening balance of the Kabir Zoravar Parul's account. Am I clear, all of you? Is this clear now?
First we should write by balance, right?
Yeah, that is by balance. This is the opening balance. So by balance BD.
Okay. So 1 minute.
Now see, there is no other item that needed to be recorded in the partner's capital account. There is no additional investment. There is no addition made in the capital by the partner. Neither there is a draw. There is any drawing made out of capital. So there is nothing to be recorded on the debit side. Nothing will be recorded on the credit side. So simply the entire amount of the opening balance will become the closing balance as well. So we will write down to balance CD. This will be the closing balance. So since there is no other item needed to be recorded, so entire amount of opening balance will become the closing balance. 5,20,000, 3,20,000, and 2 lakh. Now this is it. Now we will close this account. 5,20,000, 3,20,000, and 2 lakhs. And similarly, 5,20,000, 3,20,000, and 2 lakhs. Am I clear, everyone? Is this clear to all of you?
So no item whether, so remaining we should, right?
Sorry.
So no item whether, right? So okay.
No items are there now on the, neither any item will be recorded on the credit side, nothing will be recorded on the debit side. So entire amount of the opening will become the closing balance.
Okay. So can you give the format of this partner capital
This
and
is this is
current
the
account?
format now. This is the format. I'll do one
Uh,
thing. I'll just do one thing, Ninosh. I'll share the PowerPoint with you. This the entire I'll share this entire PowerPoint with you. In this PowerPoint, you will find out the format of the partner's capital account and the current receipt. This is the partner's capital account, and this is the format of the partner's current account. Clear?
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Coming back to the question. Oh, we have only one item to be recorded in the capital account. Now let's now talk about the current account. So tell me, Aman, which is the first thing that we needed to write down in the current account? What do we write in the current account at first place? Aman or Halima? Which is the first thing that we gonna write in the current account?
By balance brought down.
By balance brought down. That means by opening balance. By BD. And is anywhere in the question the opening balance of the current account is given to you? Yes or no? Are you able to see there is any opening balance in the question? Opening balance of the current account is given, yes or no? Say something. Guys, nowhere in the question the current account balance is given. Only the capital account balances are given. Na? In the third line, you can see their capital as on 1st of April 2020 were Kabir's 520, Zoravar's 320, and Parul's 2 lakh. This is the only capital balance given in the question. If there would have been the current account balance, we would have written it here. All right. So since there is no opening balance of the current account, we will keep it blank. Am I clear, everyone? Renosh, Halima, and Eman. Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir.
And now see, we will record all the items of the P&L appropriation on the credit side of the partner's current account. We will write down all the items that we recorded under the P&L appropriation. We recorded partner salary. This will be recorded in the partner's current account as well. So we'll write down by salary. So what was the salary? If you are able to recall, we gave 24,000 of salary to Kabir. We gave 24,000 to Zoravar. So 24,000 to Kabir and 24,000 to Zoravar. Nothing was paid to Parul by way of salary. Okay, is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, and then again we will come back to the P&L appropriation, and here the next item apart from the partner salary, moving downward, you will see that there is a commission, and commission is required to be paid to Parul only. So Parul will be getting a commission of how much? 1 lakh. Is this clear now? Is this clear? Yes or no? Parul commission,
Yes.
Parul will be getting a commission of 1 lakh. So we will come back to the current account. We'll write down by commission. Parul will be getting commission only. So no amount will be written in the column of the Kabir. No amount will be written in the column of Zoravar. Only Parul will be getting a commission of 1 lakh. Is this clear, all of you?
Yes.
After that, coming back to the P&L appropriation again, look at the debit side of the P&L appropriation, and you will notice that after commission, we have the other item, interest on capital. Now see, interest on capital is being given to Kabir, Zoravar and Parul. All the partners are entitled to claim interest on capital. So we will go to the current account again. We will write down by interest on capital. Everything that is on the debit side of the P&L appropriation that belongs to the partner will be recorded in the current account as well. Everything that you see in the P&L appropriation, everything is recorded in the current account also. But make sure that it should belong to the partner. All right. So interest on capital for Kabir is 26,000. For Zoravar, it is 16,000. And for Parul, it is 10,000. Is this clear, all of you? Halima, is this clear? Renosh, is this clear?
Sir, interest on capital, right?
Yes, interest on capital. What happens, Renosh? Is this clear or not?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. After that, on the credit side, you will be able to see that there is an interest on drawing as well, right? There is an interest on drawing of 1,500 to all the partners. So tell me whether this interest on drawing should be recorded in the capital account or on the or in the current account. Amen. We will be writing interest on drawing in the capital or the current account.
Sir, capital.
Okay, why should we record this in the capital account? Renosh,
Yes,
see,
sir.
why should we record interest on drawing in the capital account?
Sir, it
Aman, do
was
you
the
have any idea where we should write down the interest on drawing?
Current account.
Current account on which side?
Credit side. I mean,
Debit
yeah,
side.
debit side. Yes, sir. Debit.
Okay. Now see, Renosh, you are still doubtful that whether interest on drawing should be recorded in the capital or the current account, right?
Yes, sir.
See, Renosh, we record the value of the interest on drawing in the current account only. I have already told you that when it comes to the capital account, we record only 2 items there in the capital account. See, only these items are recorded there. Apart from the opening balance, other than the opening balance, we record any cash or bank which is introduced by the partner as the additional in the capital, number 1. And then if there is any drawing, only these items are recorded in the partner's capital account. Do you think interest on drawing should be recorded in the capital account? Do you still think that? No, there is no place for interest on drawing in the capital account. Only these two items are recorded in the capital. Nothing else is recorded in the capital account. All other things are recorded in the current account. See, interest on drawing, in the format itself, it says that interest on drawing should be recorded in the debit side of the partner's current account. So we'll come back to the question again and see if there is a. So
My mistake, sir.
no problem. So see, we'll write down to interest on drawing. Interest on drawing was how much? 1500 for Kabir, 1500 for Zorawar, and 1500 on Parul. Is this clear, everyone? Aman, Halima.
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me, is there any information regarding the drawing as well? Did partner make any drawings also? Answer is yes. They made a drawing of 60,000 each. They have made drawings of 60,000 each. Right? Everyone is able to see that now. See in the second last highlighted point in the question, 60,000 highlighted with the yellow color. 60,000. This is the amount of drawing made by each partner. So we'll go to the current account again. We'll write down two drawings. Drawings are recorded in the current account debit side. Each partner have withdrawn 60,000 out of their capital account. 60,000, 60,000, 60,000. Is this clear? Renosh, Halima, and Aman.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anything else that we should write down in the current account, Aman? Is there anything else that should be recorded in the current account? Yes. See, in the P&L appropriation, you can see there is a general reserve as well. But this general reserve, as you can see, it does not belong to any partner, right? It does not belong to any partner. So therefore, the amount of general reserve cannot be recorded in the current account, neither it will be recorded in the capital account. Is this clear to both of you? All of you, in fact.
Yes.
Yes. Now, at the very last, in the P&L appropriation on the debit side, you will see that profit is the remaining amount of profit is divided among the partner. So Kabir have got 18,000, Zorawar got 10,800, Parul got 7,200. This profit needed to be recorded in the current account as well. So we'll write down by P&L appropriation. Kabir have got 18,000 as his share of profit. Zorawar got 10,800 as his share of profit, and Parul have got 7,200 as his share of profit. Am I clear, everyone? Is this clear, Enosh and
Yes.
Halima? Okay. After that, we recorded all these things. There is nothing else left to be recorded in the current account. Now, what we will do, we will simply total the credit side, subtract the debit side values, and find out the closing balance of the current account. We'll write down to balance CD. We will calculate the closing balance. So Renosh, pay attention and try to understand how do we find out the closing capital. So see, first of all, we will total the debit side value 24,000. Pay close attention to the calculator. 24,000, 24,000. Then we will add 26,000. Is that correct? Then again we will add 18,000 in it. So the total amount of Kabir is 68,000. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
And out of 68,000, we will subtract these values 1,500 and 60,000. So subtract 1,500 out of it. Also subtract 60,000 out of it. So the remaining amount of balance will be 6,500. This will be the closing balance of Kabir. Okay. All right. Now let's calculate the Zorawar's capital. So Zorawar's on the credit side values of Zorawar is 24,000 plus 16,000 plus 10,800. So total amount is 50,800. And on the debit side, we have 61,500. So this means debit side of the Zoravar's account is greater than the credit side. Is that right? Zoravar's debit side is 61,500. Is this clear? Zoravar's debit side is 60,500. Is this clear? 1,500 plus 60,000. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Okay, sir.
Okay. And Aman, is this clear to you also? Debit
Yes,
side
sir.
is 61,500 and credit side is only 50,800. So instead of subtracting these values out of it, what we will do this time, we will subtract the debit credit side values out of the debit side. So 61,500 minus 6 out of 61,500. This time we will be subtracting 24,000 minus 16,000 and finally 10,800. So that this means that Zoravar is having a debit balance by, we will write down by balance CD 10,700. Now 6.500. Is this clear? Yes or no? Kabir got the credit balance. Zoravar got the debit balance 10,700. Is this clear? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, let's calculate the Parul's balance. So Parul's balance will be 1 lakh for commission, right? 1 lakh plus 10,000 plus 7,200. So Parul have total credit balance of 1,17,200, 1,17,200. And out of this value, since the credit side this time is greater than the debit side, so out of this value, we will subtract 1,500 and 60,000. So subtract minus 1,500 minus 60,000. So the closing balance of Parul will be 55,700. Tell me everyone, is this clear? Yes or no? Aman, Halima, and Renosh.
Yes,
Is
sir.
this all these calculation is clear? Renosh,
Yes, sir.
anything you are still doubtful about?
No, sir. First we should add, then second we should subtract with everything, right?
Yeah, we need to add all these value, then we will be
Um,
subtracting all out of it.
okay, so everything, right, sir? Everything.
Yes, everything. We will first of all total the credit side. This is the total amount of the credit side, like 1,17,200. And out of the 1,17,200, we will subtract both these balances, 1,500 and 60,000 one by one. And after deducting both these values, you will get 55,700. So this will be considered as the closing. So why there is a closing balance on the credits debit side for Parul? Why there is a debit closing balance on the debit side for Kabir, but there is a closing balance for Zoravar on the credit side? So since Zoravar's capital credit side is less than the debit side, so therefore Zoravar have got the debit closing balance. And
Okay.
similarly, since the credit side of the Kabir is greater than the debit side, therefore after subtracting the debit side values out of the credit side value, the remaining amount will be the credit balance on the debit side, 65,000. Am I clear? Yes or no? Everyone,
Okay.
Halima, Aman.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So I hope all of you understood this question. So guys, I'm giving you one question for your homework. Just a minute. Yeah. So question number 31 will be your homework. Kindly take the screenshot of this. There is one more part of this question. Take the screenshot of this slide, then I'll show you the next. Done?
Yes, sir.
Done. Done, Aman, Halima? When screenshot taken.
Yes, sir.
Okay, after that, also take the screenshot of this part. This is also the part of question.
Okay, sir.
So this is a little difficult question, but I still want all of you to try this one. Okay, so this is it for the fixed capital account method. Now, guys, let's start with a new concept. Now, let's talk about the different concept, which is calculation of interest on capital. So, put the heading on your notebook. Write down calculation of interest on capital. Calculation of interest on capital. Done, everyone? Calculation of interest on capital. Halima,
Yes, sir.
done? Aman,
Yes.
Halima, why are you not responding today? Okay, so let's continue with the question. Okay, so we'll start with question number 32. Here you can see it is written that there are two partner Amit and Brahmit. They have started a business on 1st of April 2020 with a capital of 15 lakh and 9 lakhs respectively. On 1st of October, they decided that their capital should be 12 lakh each. Okay, the necessary adjustment capital were made by introducing or withdrawing by check. Interest on capital allowed at 8% per annum. Compute the interest on capital for the year ended 31st of March 2021. See, question is saying that there are two partners, Amit and Ramit. Okay, so both these partners have contributed 15 lakh and 9 lakh as their capital. All right, but suddenly in the middle of the year, as on 1st of October, they both the partner collectively decided that their capital balance should be at least 12 lakh each. Their capital balance should be how much? Their capital balance should be 12 lakh. And question is also saying that any partner have made if any partner have contributed capital in excess of 12 lakh, such partner can withdraw the excess amount. And any partner if contributed more or less than 9 lakh, then he will have to add further capital as his capital, further cash or bank as his capital. Alright, the question is clear now. Two partner, their capital balances are initially 15.9, but during the year they decided to maintain their balance as 12 lakh each. Am I clear, everyone? The question
Yes.
is asking you to calculate the interest on their capital. So let me show you how it will be done. I'll show you how to find out the interest on capital, but try to understand. Let's just draw the timeline. So year start from 1st of April, right? So 1st of April and year ends on 31st of March. 1st of April ends on 31st of March. I'm sure all of you already know this. So when business started or when the year started, both the partner have decided that both the partner have contributed capital of rupees how much? 15 lakh and 9 lakh, right? Their capital balances were 15 lakh and 9 lakh at the beginning of the year. 15 lakhs and 9 lakhs. This was their capital balance at the beginning. For Amit, it was 15 lakh. For Brahmit, it was 9. Am I clear, everyone? Now, on 1st of October, they decided that they will be maintaining a capital balance of 12 lakh each. So tell me, from 1st October onwards, their capital balances will be how much for Amit? His capital balance must be 12 lakh. And for Brahmit, his capital balance will also be 12 lakh. Is that clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now tell me, the rate of interest on capital is how much? The rate of interest on capital contribution is how much? Rate of interest is 8% per annum. Is that right? Rate of
Yes.
interest agreed among the partners 8% per annum. Now tell me, Amit have contributed 15 lakh, right? But this was maintained for the from the month of April till the month of October only. So that means Amit will be paid 8% per annum as interest on capital on rupees 15 lakh, right? For the 6-month period, correct? Is that right? He will be paid interest on 15 lakh for the 6-month period from for the month of April, May, June, July, August, September, and October. How many months are there? Starting from 1st April till 1st of October, how many months are there between April and October? 6 months. So that means Amit have maintained a capital balance of 15 lakh for the period of 6 months. Is that right?
Yes.
Ranosh, is this clear that Amit must have maintained a 15 lakh capital balance for the 6-month period?
Okay, sir.
After the 6 month, that means after 1st of October, he must have maintained a capital balance of how much? 12 lakh for the next 6-month period. Is that right?
Okay, sir.
For
Yes.
the initial 6-month period, he must have maintained a 15 lakh balance. And for the remaining 6-month period, from October till 31st March, October, November, December, January, February, March, 6 months are there. So for the remaining 6-month period, he must have maintained 12 lakh balance. So tell me how much interest shall be paid to the Amit on his capital? So answer is very simple, sir. For Amit, the calculation of interest will be he must be paid 8% per annum on 15 lakh rupees for the period of 6 months, 6 by 12, and he should be paid 8% per annum on the 12 lakh for the 6-month period. Is that right? Because he maintained 15 lakh of balance for the 6-month period and remaining 12 lakh balance for the remaining 6-month period. So that means he is entitled to claim 8% and 15 lakh for 6 months, and he is again entitled to claim 8% and 12 lakh for the 6-month period. Am I clear, everyone?
Yes.
Renosh, please tell me, is this clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you sure? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No. Okay, let me explain this again. See, at the beginning of the year, the capital balance of Amit and Brahmit was 15 lakh and 9 lakh. So they have maintained this balance for the initial 6-month period, right? But
Yes.
suddenly on 1st of October, they decided that their capital balances should be 12 lakh each, right? So for the remaining 6-month period, both the partner have maintained 12 lakh balance. Now tell me, when we will calculate interest on capital, we need to have the information regarding how much amount they have maintained throughout the year, how much capital balances they have maintained throughout the year. So it is given in the question that for the initial 6-month period, Amit and Brahmit both have maintained 15 lakh and 9 lakh of capital. So that means Amit will be paid interest on capital at the rate 8% on 15 lakh for the first 6-month period. And for the remaining period, for the remaining 6-month period, he maintained 12 lakh as balance of capital. Therefore, he will be given 8% interest on the 12 lakh for the 6-month period. Therefore, we are doing this calculation. For calculating Amit's interest, it will be 15 lakh at the rate 8% for the 6-month period only. And 12 lakh he maintained for the remaining 6-month period. That means 12 lakh into 8% for 6 months. So when you will calculate 6%, 8% on this amount, it will be, let me just show you, 15 lakh into 8%, it will be 1,20,000, right? And then we will divide it by 12, 1,20,000 divided by 12, multiply with 6, it will be 60,000 for the first 6-month period, and 12 lakh into 8%, that is 96,000. 96,000 divided by 12 into 6, it will be 48,000. So the total amount of interest payable to Mr. Amit will be 1,08,000. Is this clear, all of you? Aman, Halima, Renosh. Is the calculation clear?
Yes, sir.
So Amit's interest on capital, we will write down Amit's interest on capital. Also calculate, let's calculate the Brahmit interest on capital. So Brahmit's interest on capital. Okay, Renosh, tell me how we will be calculating interest on capital for Brahmit. See, 9 lakh, on 9 lakh we will pay interest at 8% per annum for how many months? 6 months. That is 6 by 12. And for the remaining 6-month period, he maintained 12 lakh balance.
Yes, sir.
And on which he is entitled to claim how much? 8% again. But this time, only for 6-month period. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's calculate on 9 lakh into 8%, it will be 72,000, and 72,000 divided by 12 into 6, it will be 36,000. So interest on capital for the first 6-month period will be 36,000, and for the remaining 6-month period will be calculated on 12 lakh capital. So 12 lakh into 8%, that is 96,000, and 96,000 we will divide it by 12 and multiply it by 6, so it will be 48,000. The total amount of interest payable to Brahmit will be how much, sir? It will be 84,000. Done, everyone? Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how we calculate interest on capital for Amit and Brahmit. Noted? You guys are still writing it?
So
Done, sir.
Done. Okay. Quickly finish it, and then we will continue with the next question.
yes, sir.
Done. Okay, coming back to the slide and moving on to the next question. Actually, one more thing. In the interest on capital, we are also required to pass the general entries. So let me explain that part to you as well. Just a minute. See, the general entry for paying for the interest on capital will be, let me show you, and I want you to start writing it along with me. General entry for interest on capital. For interest on capital. General entry for interest on capital. This is how general entry will be done. See, the first general entry is made when the interest is due. And the second general entry will be done when the interest is transferred to the P&L appropriation account. So let me show you how it will be done. Particulars, the debit, and credit. So the first general entry will be when the interest is due. So when interest gets due, the general entry will be interest on capital account debit. Okay, since interest on capital is an expense from the firm's point of view, right? Firm needs to pay interest on capital to the partner. So interest on capital is a kind of expense from the partnership firm's point of view. So therefore, it is being considered as an expense, and therefore we are debiting interest on capital account. But the partner who are entitled to claim interest on capital, this will be considered as income for them. So we will write down interest on capital account debit to partners capital account. Interest on capital account debit to partners capital. Name of the partners were, what were their names? Their names were Amit and Brahmit. Okay. So interest on capital account debit to Amit's capital account to Brahmit's capital. Okay, is this clear, everyone? This is the general entry for when the interest is actually due. Okay, so let's write down the value of the interest. Interest to Amit will be 10,008, sorry, 1,08,000. No? 1,08,000. So Amit account will be credited by 1,08,000. Credit means basically Amit's account will be increased by 1,08,000. Amount will be transferred to the Amit's capital account. And 84,000 for the Brahmit. Now we will total both these values and write it here. So just a minute. 84,000 plus 1,08,000. This will be 1,92,000. Okay. And then second general entry will be done for the transfer of interest on capital to the P&L appropriation. As you already know that interest on capital is recorded in the P&L appropriation, right? So we'll write down P&L appropriation account will be debited. P&L appropriation account debit to interest on capital account. The entire amount of interest on capital will be transferred to the P&L appropriation. 1,20,000, 1,92,000 and 1,92,000. This will be the general. So this is the general entry when the interest is due, and this is the general entry when the interest is transferred to the P&L appropriation. So on the due date of the interest on capital, the general entry will be done like this, and when it actually get transferred to the P&L appropriation, we will be writing the general entry in this form. Is this clear, Aman, Halima, and Renosh?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you repeat again, sir? My net got lagged.
Okay. Renosh, the general entry, when it comes to the general entry of interest on capital, we need to pass the general entry at two different times. When the interest is actually due, at that point of time, we pass the general entry. When it actually gets due, and then there is one more general entry to be done when the interest actually get transferred to the P&L appropriation. So whenever the interest is due, the general entry will be interest on capital account debit to the partner's capital account. So as you see that there are two partners in our question, so we'll pass the general entry like this: interest on capital account debit to Amit's capital account to Brahmit's capital account. Amit's capital account will be credited by 1,08,000. Brahmit's capital account will be credited by 84,000. So this way, interest on capital account will be debited by 1,92,000. So why we are debiting interest on capital? Because interest on capital is an expense from the firm's point of view. Whenever expenses increases, we debit the expenses account. So therefore, we have debited interest on capital account. And because interest on capital is an income for the partners, right? So their capital account will be increased by the amount of interest on capital. So we have credited their interest into their respective account. Interest on capital account debit to Amit's capital account to Brahmit's capital account. Is this clear? Before general entry is clear. Now the same expense needed to be transferred to the P&L appropriation. So when this expense get transferred to the P&L appropriation, so at that time we pass the general entry as P&L appropriation account will be debited by 1,92,000 to interest on capital. This means the entire amount of interest on capital is transferred to the P&L appropriation. So why P&L appropriation? Because it is a partner related expense. So we will be transferring it to the P&L appropriation. Am I clear? All of you.
Yes.
Aman, is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. So coming back to the question again. So this was the general entry. Okay, now moving on to question number 33. Let's do this question quickly and then we will end our session. Let's just read it once. Ram and Mohan are partners in a business. Their capital at the end of the year were 24,000 and 18,000. Note this point very carefully. Read this point very carefully that this is the closing capital balances of the partner. Ram and Mohan's have they have their closing capital balances 24,000 and 18,000. This is the closing capital. Always remember one thing, that interest on capital is not calculated on the closing value of the capital. Interest on capital is not calculated on the closing value of capital. Interest on capital will always be calculated on the opening balance of the capital. Is that clear, Aman, Halima, and Renosh? We will have to find out the opening capital balance of the partner. Otherwise, we won't be able to calculate the interest on capital. Am I clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But the problem is that in this question, we have the closing capital balances of the partner. Okay, now moving on to the next point. Question is saying that during the year 2015-16, Ram's drawing and Mohan's drawing were 4,000 and 6,000 respectively. Okay, and their profit before charging interest on capital during the year was 16,000. Calculate interest on capital 5% per annum for the year ended 31st of March. So guys, one thing that you need to understand is that for charging interest on capital, we need to have the information regarding their opening capital balances. Unless and until we have their opening balances, we won't be able to figure out their interest on capital, right? So what we will be required to do, we will have to find out their opening capital balance. Now see, try to pay attention and try to understand how are we going to do that. So first of all, we will make a format, write down a statement showing note it down everyone, statement showing calculation of opening capital balance of partner. Opening capital balances. So we are preparing this statement just to find out the opening capital balance. So how do we do that? It is very simple. All you need to do is follow a particular format and you will be able to find out their opening capital balances. So first of all, tell me how many partners are there in the partnership. So sir, we have how many partners? We have Ram and Mohan. There are only two partners now. Ram and Mohan. So write down this. So write down particulars Ram and Mohan. Okay, I hope this is clear. Then we will write down their closing capital balances. Closing capital. Closing capital is how much? Their closing capital is already given in the question, right? Closing capital is how much? Remember anyone?
No, sir.
Their closing capital balances were, let me show you. Their closing capital balances were 24,000 and 18,000. That is the closing balances of the partner. 24,000 and 18,000. All right, everyone, is this clear or not? Emma, is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, try to understand that in order to find out the opening balance, we have written the closing balance. You have to, in order to find out the opening capital balance, what are we required to do? Opening capital. If there are any drawings made out of capital, we will add such drawing. Remember this. In order to find out the opening capital, we will add drawings if there are any. Number one. If there was profit that is distributed among the partner, so in order to find out the opening capital balance, we will subtract such profit out of it. So subtracting profit. So by adding the amount of drawing and subtracting the amount of profit out of the closing capital, you will be able to find out the closing opening capital. This is the formula to find out the opening capital. Out of closing capital, we need to subtract profit, we need to add drawings. By doing this, we will be able to find out the opening capital. Is this clear, everyone? This formula is clear. In order to find out the opening capital, all we need to do is to add the amount of drawing if there are any given in the question. And if there are any profit, then we will be subtracting such profit out of the closing capital. And by doing that, we will be able to find out the opening capital. Am I clear? Yes or no? Say something.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, everyone. So this is the formula for the opening capital. Closing capital, add drawing minus profit, add drawing minus profit, add drawing minus profit. So let's come back to the question. See, is there any drawing in the question? Yes, Ram is drawing 4,000 and Mohan is drawing 6,000. So Ram's drawing 4,000 and Mohan's drawing is 6,000. We'll write it here. Is this clear, guys?
Yes.
Renosh, is this clear to you also?
Yes, sir.
This is already given in the question. No? Now question is saying that the profit during the year was 16,000. So profit made during the year was 16,000. Now tell me, this profit must have been divided among the partner, right? This profit must have been divided among the partner, yes or no? And any one of you is able to see the profit sharing ratio in the question? Is the profit sharing ratio given in the question, Aman? Or Renosh, is the profit sharing ratio given in the question, yes or no? No, it is not given. Aman?
No, sir, it's not true.
No, it's not given, right? So I'm sure that both of you already know that whenever the profit sharing ratio is not there in the question, then we simply assume that there is an equal partnership. That means profit must have been divided among the partners. Profit must have been divided among the partner in the equal ratio. That means this profit must have been divided among the partner in the ratio of 1/2. So this 16,000 must got divided among the partner in the ratio of 8,000 and 8,000. That means 1:1. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So closing capital was 24,000, 18,000. We have added the amount of drawing in it, and we will be subtracting 8,000 and 8,000 out of it. So since we need to subtract 8,000, so therefore I'm putting these value into the bracket. I can also, instead of putting these into the bracket, I can simply put the sign of negative here as well. But just for the sake of presentation, I'm writing it in the bracket. So consider the bracket values are negative values. So we will be adding 24,000 plus 4,000, subtracting 8,000. So see, let me show you on calculator. Focus here on the calculator. So 24,000 plus we need to add the amount of drawing, right, Renosh? And out of the drawing, we need to subtract the amount of profit. Is that correct? Profit was 8,000. So that means the opening capital for the partner Ram is 20,000. Is that right?
Yes.
And for Mohan, could you please tell me the opening capital for the Mohan? Tell me quickly.
18,000 plus 16,000. No,
18,000 plus 16,000 or 6,000 only?
6,000.
6,000 minus the 8,000.
2,000.
So that means the total opening capital will be 16,000 only. Is this clear, Renosh and Aman and Halim?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now since we have the opening capital balances of the partner, now we are able to calculate the interest on this amount. So see, we will be calculating Ram's interest. Ram's interest on capital will be how much? So Ram's interest on capital will be on 20,000. The rate of interest is given in the question, right? Rate of interest was 5% per annum. Is this right? Rate of interest is 5%. That means he will be entitled to 1,000 of interest on capital. 5% of 20,000 will be 1,000. And similarly, on 16,000, 5% of interest will be calculated for it will be Mohan's interest on capital. Mohan's interest on capital. So Mohan's interest on capital will be how much? So it will be 16,000 into 5% into 5%. That means 16,000 into 5%. This will be 800. Am I clear, both of you?
Yes, sir.
So this is it. This is the amount of interest payable to Ram and Mohan.
So that's 8,000.
Sorry?
So that's 8,000, 16,000.
No,
It's 800, sir.
It's 800 only. Sorry. It's 800 only. My mistake. Done, everyone? Noted everything?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So this is it, guys. In today's session, we discussed one question based on the partner's current and the capital account, and then we have started a new concept, which is in calculation of interest on capital. We did two questions based on the interest on capital. I'm giving you one question for your homework as well. Question number 34. You will be solving this question in, okay, I don't think you will be able to solve it. So okay, anyways, just give it a try. Just calculate question number 30. Sorry, just consider question number 34 as your homework. Try to solve it. You'll definitely have some problem solving it, but anyways, I would recommend that you should try it. The only thing, see, the only thing in this question is that instead of writing down the closing capital balance, they have given you the balance sheet. You don't have to worry looking at the balance sheet. See, in the balance sheet, only the only thing that you need to consider is the long's capital account and the short's capital account. So long's, see, the capital balance in the balance sheet is always the closing balance. Capital balance in the balance sheet is always considered as the closing balance. So you are provided with the closing balance of the long and short. There are two partners, long and short. So long's capital account, closing capital account balance is 1,20,000 and short's closing account capital balance is 1,40,000. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And question also says a few more things, but I would recommend that you should give it a try at least. And otherwise, if you are unable to solve it, we will be solving it anyways in the next class. But I still want all of you to try this question, and I also want especially the Renault to try doing all the questions that we did in the today's session.
So
Okay.
you mean this question?
Now the previous two that we discussed in today's class, I want you to re-attempt those questions also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right,
Sir,
everyone.
sir,
So, sorry.
Sir, question 32 and 33, right? Today's.
Yeah, question 32, 33. You need to re-attempt those questions, and question number 34 will be your homework. So let me also tell you that in this question, the closing capital is 1,20,000 and 1,40,000. And also see the in the last line, it says that during the year long withdrew 40,000 and short withdrew 50,000. That drawing, the information of the drawing is also given in the question, right? And it also says that the profit for the year was 1,50,000, but out of which 1 lakh was made, 1 lakh was transferred to the general reserve. So Aman, could you please tell me, if out of 1,50,000 is transferred to the general reserve, then how much of the profit was actually transferred and distributed among the partners? If out of 1,50,000, 1 lakh is transferred to the reserve, then how much of the profit is distributed
Sir,
among the partners?
sir.
50,000.
50,000, correct. So while solving the question, all you need to do, you need to prepare the statement of calculation of the opening capital balance, right? The same
Yes.
statement that we just prepared. This kind of statement will be made. You will be writing the longs, short capital balance and the long capital closing capital balances. Their drawings will be added. Their profit will be subtracted. This is it, and then you will be able to find out their opening capital balances. I'm sure you will be able to find out their interest on capital. Okay, guys, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, so Halima, Aman, and Ranoj, this is it for today's class. Thank you so much, all of you, for attending this session. We will be taking our next session on Wednesday at the same time. Till then, all of you take care. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir. Sir, hello, sir.
Yes, Ranoj. Yes.
Sir, can you just send the format of this?
I'll share with you the entire slide. I'll share with you the entire PowerPoint of this chapter. Okay, will
Okay,
it be
sir.
helpful?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so in that
Okay.
slide you will find the uh, you will find everything in there. All right, just make sure that see the format is format of the partner's current account and capital account is after the question number 28. Okay, will you remember that? After question 28, you will be able to find out the partners. Sorry, just a minute, just a minute. Yeah, after question number 28, you will be able to find out the format of the partner's capital and the current account. And also, if you want, yeah, after question number 27, I have discussed in the PowerPoint, you will be able to find the fixed capital method. Here also, you will find the format of the partner's current and the capital account. Am I clear?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So you will be able to find the format after question number 27. So make sure you remember that.
Okay, sir.
I'll just share the PowerPoint. Okay.
Okay, sir. Tomorrow class is there. Tomorrow.
Sorry.
Tomorrow class is there. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, if you need the backup, then there will be a backup class. And for that purpose, you will have to send a message to the team, Learnivio, and you will have to ask for the backup class.
So, are you
Okay.
free tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm completely free. I'll be available to take the class at the same time tomorrow as well. So if you want, I can take the class at 9 o'clock. But for that purpose, you will have to make a request to the whoever is dealing with you. So you will have
Okay.
to make the request to the Learnivio team. They will arrange a session. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So only for tomorrow, right? Backup class. Next day is regular, right?
Yeah. After that, it will be a regular class. Okay. So if you
Okay.
want more backups, you can ask Learnivio to arrange a backup session for you. After that is done. But I guess one more session will be sufficient enough.
Okay, sir.